Episode 6. The Seed of Abraham, Inheriting the Promises by Faith. Galatians chapter 3:29 is one of the most powerful identity verses in the New Testament. And if ye be Christ's, then are ye Abraham's seed, and heirs according to the promise. This verse is often overlooked, but it contains the key to understanding how Gentiles become full participants in God's covenant. It does not say you resemble Abraham's seed. It says you are Abraham's seed. That is a new lineage, a new birth, a new identity. This statement would have been radical to first-century Jews. To them, being Abraham's seed was about lineage, law, and land. But Paul redefines what it means to be Abraham's seed. It is no longer about flesh, but about faith. Romans 4:11 says that Abraham is the father of all them that believe, though they be not circumcised. Faith connects us to Abraham more than genetics ever could. Through Christ, we are grafted not only into Israel, but into the direct spiritual line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that means we inherit the same promises, the blessing, the covenant, the kingdom. Not a modified version, not a Gentile interpretation, the same promises. This is why Paul says in Romans 9:6-8, "They are not all Israel which are of Israel, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed." It is not enough to be born into a Hebrew family. It is the spiritual connection that matters. The true descendants of Abraham are those who walk in the faith of Abraham. So what did Abraham do? He obeyed God's voice, kept his charge, his commandments, his statutes, and his laws. Genesis 26:5. Faith and obedience were never in conflict. They walked hand in hand. And those who claim to be Abraham's seed must walk the same path. This completely refutes the modern teaching that Christians are under grace and have no obligation to keep the commandments. Abraham lived by grace, and he obeyed. We are saved by faith, and we obey. That is what it means to be Abraham's seed, faith that produces fruit, belief that results in obedience. The promises made to Abraham were about more than land. They were about inheritance, spiritual and eternal. Hebrews 11:10 says that Abraham looked for a city whose builder and maker is God. That city is the New Jerusalem, and only the children of Abraham, by faith, will enter through its gates. Being Abraham's seed also means sharing in his mission. God told Abraham, "In thy seed shall all nations of the earth be blessed." Genesis 22:18. That blessing is Jesus Christ, and now that Christ lives in us, we become a blessing to others. We are not only recipients of the covenant, we are messengers of it. You are not a Gentile Christian. You are Abraham's seed. You are a child of promise. You are a spiritual Jew, and that means the promises of God are yours, the covenant is yours, and the commandments are yours. You are no longer second class, you are royalty, a child of the King, a descendant of faith, a keeper of the covenant. And one day you will inherit everything God promised to Abraham, because you are his seed through Christ.